Hey guys, my name is Aaron Morgan. I am a full-time outdoor producer, filmmaking, photography, videography. I'm also a content ambassador for BOWADX, and Chad wanted me to make a video going over some of the gear that I use when I'm in a tree stand hunting. So I'm going to go over what I have, what I typically use, and then I'm going to give you guys some options about what you guys might be looking for and what I want in terms of the level of videography that you want to do and the level of quality of video that you want to make while you are out hunting. So it's not really the point of the video, but I do want to go over, this is my main setup when it comes to filming animals walking in the tree. A lot of times in this video I'm going to be talking about a hunter angle, and I'm going to maybe mention a kill angle or a tight shot on the animal. This camera is what I use as the kill angle or the tight shot. So what this is an A7R Mark III and the 70-200 f4G lens from Sony. This is what I use. Like I said, I'll put this on a muddy hunter arm, and I will run a shotgun mic on it, and that's what I use when it comes time for me to be filming animals or filming things from a tree, whether it's B-roll of maybe leaves, you know, raccoons, possums, that kind of thing in the tree. Outside of that, I'm actually filming on this the camera I'm using right now is what I will typically use for the what I call the hunter angle. And this angle, what it's going to do is it's going to capture the behind the scenes of what a hunter is doing, whether I'm a hunter or whether I'm filming somebody else hunting for a show, for whatever reason they have to do it. Basically, it's the same camera as this. This is the A7R Mark III. What I use for the hunter is the A7 Mark III. The R is kind of more of a photography, but the video is pretty much the same thing. The lens that I use on my hunter angle is going to be the 24-70 f2.8 G Master lens. I will typically use a Rode Filmmaker Kit. It's a wireless, you can see it right here. I'll typically use that for audio when it comes to talking, if I'm filming or if I'm filming somebody else or if I'm hunting for myself. That being said, I also have with me two cameras that I sometimes use for other reasons. I have the Garmin VIRB. It's the Garmin VIRB 4K Ultra 30. It's an action cam. And then I also have the new GoPro Hero 7 Black. Okay, so real quick, now that I've kind of gone over what I have, I want to talk about what you want to look for, the purpose of, and what you want to look for in a hunter angle camera. The key things that you're looking for in this angle is that you want to, like I said, you want to be able to catch the behind the scenes of the hunter. If a hunter is drawing on an animal or setting up his gear, maybe ranging things or whatever, that's kind of what you're going to use this angle for. Another very important thing about this angle is when you are going to give an interview talking about the, you know, what you expect to see, weather conditions, anything like that, you're going to want to be able to have the interview taken on this camera. Now, what's important in this camera? What are you looking for as far as what do you want to see or what do you want to put value in when it comes to this setup? So what you're looking for in this angle, there's two things you're really looking for in this angle. You want picture quality, which is your video quality. You want to have good quality video. And then you also want to have audio quality. You want to have good, clear, crisp audio that doesn't sound muffled. A lot of times people look over what the audio performance, but it's actually really important in video. If you don't have clear audio, it's going to be really hard to keep your audience really locked in and glued into what you're saying and locked into your video. So one last thing, maybe like a bonus thing you want to look for in a camera or in footage is the gradability of the footage. How much can you adjust that before the footage starts to break down and really becomes just muffled, muddy, just nasty footage. So what I'm going to show you in this is I'm going to show you obviously picture quality, but I also am going to show you audio quality between all three of the camera options. And on the A7 III, there's more than one audio option you can do. You can just run straight audio straight out of camera. You can run shotgun audio with a shotgun mic, or you can run lavalier wireless mic setup. Any of those three are you can do it. Obviously, I personally feel there is one that stands out above the rest. So after I've shown you guys the differences in audio, the quality, and just the style of audio between the different options that I give you guys, or I show you guys, I want to go and kind of show you the great ability of the different cameras and footage that I'm using. My goal is that I'm going to try to get all three to look the same. That being said, I'll show you raw footage, and then I will show you footage after I've graded it, so you can see kind of what you're going to be getting to start with, and then what you can maybe do with that footage in post. So I'm going to jump right to it. Thanks for watching. I know this is kind of long-winded, but here you go. All right, guys, so I'm outside wanting to give you guys different examples of how the video looks, how the audio sounds. On the A7 III, I'm going to do 3 different audio samples. I'm going to give just this one right here, where it is straight out of camera, the microphone, the in-camera microphone. Then I'm also going to do a shotgun mic, and I'm going to do wireless lav mics, as you can see here. So first off, this is the Garmin VIRB. Like I said, I'm outside. If I was hunting, I'd be right about this close to it probably. Take shooting. You have your bow. Okay. This is the audio, all that good stuff. GoPro, same thing. Shooting, it's about the angle, and on the... Generally, I would like to have the A7 III a little bit farther away. I'm using a 24-70 lens, and I would like to have it... Right now, I'm probably 10 inches away from the A7 III. I'd like to be at least a foot, maybe a foot and a half away from the lens. So, but like I said, this is the shot, so you can kind of see where I'm at. All right, guys, so you have to have, really, in my opinion, at least 2 angles whenever you're filming a hunt. You need to have the angle that you're watching the deer, the camera that's watching the animals. You're able to get tight on the animals and see exactly what they're doing. And then you need a behind-the-scenes shot of the hunter. And that's what this angle would be, whether you're using the A7 III, the GoPro, or the Garmin, or any other camera. This angle should show what the hunter is doing. And that's really the only reason this camera is here. If you're having an interview, kind of like I'm doing right now, you are going to want to have, good audio, and that is important. But basically, this is wanting to show what is the hunter doing whenever he's either, getting his gear ready, drawing his bow back to see, check his lanes, or if a deer is coming in, he's going to take that shot. It is kind of cool if you're on a GoPro or a Garmin. A lot of times you get a little bit wider of a view, and you'll be able to maybe see the deer in the background, and that's from a farther distance. But that's not necessarily needed when you have another angle showing a tight on the animal and showing a tight on the shot. But this is the difference between the 3. Like I said, again, I have the Sony A7 III with the 24-70 G Master lens. This is the GoPro Hero 7 Black, and this is the Garmin VIRB Ultra 30. So real quick, I want to do a audio test and audio change. So right now I'm on the A7 III, and what I have right now, I have a Rode Filmmaker Kit. I'll show you the transmitter. I have the transmitter hooked up on me, and the receiver on the camera. It is this kit, the Rode Link. Not sure what they cost anymore, but that's what I'm running right now. I have a Sennheiser LAV, and I have a windscreen on top to help block out any wind. So that's what I'm using for audio on the Sony A7 III, okay? Again, this is the GoPro Hero 7 Black. This is the audio you're gonna hear. Any wind noise, you're probably gonna pick up a little bit more of that than what you would have typically on, something with a lav mic or something else. And now this is the Garmin VIRB Ultra 30 audio test. This is what you're gonna hear when you're on a hunt. If this is your angle, let's say you're talking, you're trying to give, I'll try to talk a little quieter. So let's say you're talking, you're going to go ahead and give your interview before the hunt, talking about the different parts of the hunt, whether the weather conditions or whatever. You're gonna talk about what, what you're looking for in the hunt. Maybe you're going for a certain deer. Maybe you're wanting to really instruct and help people, or maybe you're just wanting to have fun. Either way, this is the lens, or this is the part that you're going to want to be able to hear. If you don't have good audio, you don't have a good video. That's just a standard rule of thumb. So All right guys, so now I'm on the A7 III. I have switched from the lav mic, the Rode Filmmaker Kit, to right now I'm running a shotgun mic. And what I have the Rode VideoMic Pro. So this is what I have on that. I have the windscreen that comes with it, the black windscreen, and I also have a dead cat over that to help with any wind noise. So this is the difference you're gonna get. A lot of times when you have a lav mic, you're gonna have less background noise, less ambient noise, as what you'll have if you're running a shotgun mic. So that is something to think about also if you want to really be able to key in on the what the hunter's saying, what the hunter's doing, maybe hear the heartbeat, maybe be able to hear some of his breath if he's frantic and like a deer's coming in. You want to be able to really key in on that. Probably gonna be a little better off with the lav mic. Obviously, it's gonna take off a lot of the background noise. Right now, you can probably hear that locust in the background that I have right now. It's not extremely loud right now in my neighborhood. I can hear it, but I don't know. We'll see how loud it is in the audio. A lot of times, what I will do personally is I will run a lav mic on this angle of a camera, and then I will run a shotgun mic on my camera that I'm using to focus and get tights on the animals. So that way I get the ambient noise from that camera, and I also get good, crisp, clean vocal audio on my angle that we're testing out right now. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the office, finish up the video, let you guys know kind of my thoughts. All right, thanks. Okay guys, I'm gonna try to make this short, a little bit shorter than the beginning. The next day, I feel like the Sony Alpha series outperformed the action cameras, but I don't think anybody's surprised by that. It's just a workhorse of a camera. Between the two action cams, I want to go over some pros and cons of running action cams for your angle, for your hunter angle, when you're filming a hunt. So between the two, for different reasons, I feel like that they were both equally gradable as far as the video quality goes. On the Garmin, it was a worse looking image in the end, so that is one thing to be sure. But I had more ability to adjust colors, and I was able to get more out of my contrast and highlight shadow adjustments than I could on my GoPro. Like I said, the GoPro ended up being the better image. That could be internal settings. I have the Garmin set on as flat of a profile as it will go, and the GoPro I don't have it set as flat as I can go. Now as far as audio goes, between the action cameras, clear winner, the GoPro was much better. That being said, for both the Garmin VIRB and the GoPro Hero line, you can have external mics. This is an example of a mic that would go on an action cam. You can, if you see right here, all right, this 3.5mm jack, this microphone will go into anything that has a 3.5mm jack. So there are adapters that you can buy for both the Garmin and the GoPro that allow you to plug a 3.5mm in so you can get better audio. Now you have to buy a new case and the adapters. I know for the GoPro, I kind of looked into it. It's about $200. For the Garmin, it was a little bit more difficult to find, but it looks like it's around the $100 mark if you had to buy the adapter, the microphone, and the case. So that's kind of where it's at. Okay guys, so I want to talk about the different prices for the different setups that I have. Now I am only talking about the hunter angle kits that I showed in this video. I'm not talking about the angle that's on the tree arm with the big camera and all that. Okay, this is just the angle up getting behind the scenes of the hunter. So I want to go ahead and, like I said, I want to go over the different pieces of the kit and talk about how much each one costs so that you can have a general idea of what you would spend to get a certain look that you're going for. So I'm going to start with the most expensive, the A7 III. It is $2,000 for the body of the camera. That includes, I believe, one battery, does not include cards. So if you want extra batteries, extra cards, that all costs. The 24-70 G Master lens is $2,200 right now on B&H. There is another cheaper option, is the 28-75 Tamron that I believe is $800. I've heard great things about it. I've never personally used it, so I can't say for myself. But The next thing that I would talk about is the Rode Filmmaker Kit. So the kit alone costs $400, and that comes with the cord to run from the receiver to your camera, and the cord that plugs into the transmitter that you see that would clip onto your lapel. Personally, the Rode cable, the lavalier cable, is not very good quality, and it starts to short out very fast. So I would recommend upgrading to a Sennheiser lavalier cord. The Sennheiser lavalier cord costs about $160, and then if you get the windscreens, you can buy a pack of them for like $10. If you decide to go a shotgun mount, you can buy a Rode VideoMic Pro for roughly $200. I think that the VideoMic Pro Plus is about $300. So those are different options. The Garmin VIRB right now retails for $399. That does not include any of the external mics I talked about earlier. And the GoPro Hero 7 Black also retails for about $400. So those are the costs. I will put the totals for each one up on the screen right now so that you guys can kind of see. I do want to say that while I do color grade in some capacity every day, I do not consider color grading to be my strength. I am not a professional colorist. That's not what I spend all day getting paid to do, is just color grading footage. It's just part of what I do. So I'm sure that there are people who could get more out of their action cams than what I got. A lot of color grading is based on style, preference, what you like. So I color grade to my preference. You might be able to get more of what you want out of a video. Maybe there's something that you saw that you didn't like that maybe you can do more. There's a lot that you can do on these cameras when it comes to color grading, and the programs that do color grading are powerful. So there's a lot that could be done. If you are interested, Chad and I have talked about maybe doing a little bit of a tutorial on color grading to maybe help you guys out, help you understand the process and understand how to get the most out of your images. So with that being said, if you guys have anything else that you would like to see from me, be sure to let Chad know. I'd be happy to help out. Thanks, you guys. We'll see you next time.